Many people imagine divine protection as something dramatic, a sudden rescue, an unmistakable sign from heaven, or a miracle that instantly removes every obstacle. But in reality, God's protection often works in much quieter ways. One of the most powerful forms of protection is wisdom. It is that inner voice that tells a woman to slow down, pay attention, and trust what she feels deep inside. While others may ignore warning signs, a woman who is protected by God often develops the ability to recognize danger before it fully reveals itself. Have you ever looked back on a situation and realized that something felt wrong from the very beginning? Maybe there was a friendship that seemed perfect on the surface but left you feeling uneasy. Perhaps there was a relationship where the words sounded right, but the actions never matched. That feeling is not something to dismiss. Often, wisdom speaks softly before consequences speak loudly. God does not always move people out of harm's way by changing the world around them. Sometimes He protects them by changing what they notice, what they understand, and what they are willing to tolerate. A protected woman learns to respect her intuition. She understands that not every opportunity is meant for her, and not every person deserves access to her life. This wisdom helps her avoid situations that could drain her energy, damage her confidence, or distract her from her purpose. While others may see her decisions as overly cautious, she knows that peace is more valuable than proving herself to everyone. What makes this protection so powerful is that it often operates before trouble arrives. Instead of rescuing her after the damage is done, wisdom guides her away from people and environments that carry hidden risks. It allows her to see beyond appearances and focus on character, consistency, and truth. This doesn't mean she becomes fearful or suspicious of everyone. It means she learns to trust the guidance that keeps her aligned with what is healthy and good. Over time, this wisdom becomes one of her greatest strengths. It helps her make better choices, build healthier relationships, and maintain a sense of peace even in uncertain circumstances. The world may call it intuition, discernment, or emotional intelligence, but many women of faith recognize it as something deeper. They understand that God's protection is often found in the wisdom He places within them, quietly guiding their steps long before danger ever has a chance to reach them. One of the most important lessons a woman can learn is that every person who enters her life serves a purpose. Some people arrive to encourage her, support her dreams, and help her become the best version of herself. Others arrive to teach lessons she never expected to learn. While it is easy to appreciate the people who bring joy and encouragement, the truth is that even difficult relationships can reveal valuable truths. A woman who is protected by God eventually understands that both kinds of people contribute to her growth. The right people have a unique way of bringing peace into a woman's life. They celebrate her successes without jealousy. They offer honest advice without judgment. They respect her boundaries and value her presence. These relationships do not require constant drama, manipulation, or emotional exhaustion. Instead, they create an environment where trust can grow. When a woman is surrounded by people who genuinely care about her well-being, she feels stronger, more confident, and more capable of pursuing her purpose. However, not everyone who enters her life comes with good intentions. Some people may appear kind at first but gradually reveal selfish motives. Others may try to control, manipulate, or discourage her. These experiences can be painful, especially when trust has been given freely. Yet even these difficult encounters carry important lessons. They teach her how to recognize red flags, how to set healthy boundaries, and how to protect her emotional and spiritual well-being. Many women spend years regretting the wrong people they trusted. But what if those experiences were preparing them for something greater? What if every disappointment carried a lesson that would strengthen them in the future? A woman protected by God begins to see that painful experiences are not always meaningless. Sometimes they are opportunities to develop wisdom, resilience, and self-respect. The wrong people often reveal what a woman truly deserves by showing her what she should never accept again. They teach her the importance of valuing herself. They remind her that kindness should never be confused with weakness, and that forgiveness does not require allowing harmful behavior to continue. Through these lessons, she becomes stronger and more aware of her worth. At the same time, God often places the right people in her path when she needs them most. These individuals provide encouragement during difficult seasons and remind her that genuine goodness still exists. They become proof that healthy relationships are possible and that trust can be rebuilt. In the end, a protected woman understands that every relationship has something to teach her. The right people strengthen her, while the wrong people reveal lessons that help her grow. Both experiences shape her journey, deepen her wisdom, and prepare her for the future that awaits her. One of the hardest truths to accept is that not every closed door is a loss. When something we desperately want slips away, our first reaction is often disappointment. We question ourselves, wonder what went wrong, and sometimes even feel abandoned. Yet many women later discover that what felt like rejection was actually protection. The opportunity that disappeared, the relationship that ended, or the path that suddenly became blocked was not taking something valuable away. It was preventing them from walking into something that would have caused greater pain. A woman who is protected by God eventually learns that life does not always make sense in the moment. There are seasons when prayers seem unanswered and plans fall apart despite her best efforts. She may wonder why a relationship ended when she gave it her all. She may struggle to understand why she was passed over for an opportunity she worked hard to earn. In those moments, it is easy to believe that life is being unfair, but with time, clarity often arrives. Many people can look back and identify moments when they were grateful that things did not happen the way they originally wanted. The job they didn't get led them to a better career. The friendship that ended created space for healthier connections. The relationship they cried over would have brought years of unhappiness had it continued. What once felt like rejection became a blessing in disguise. This is one of the most powerful signs of divine protection. God sees what we cannot see. While we focus on what is directly in front of us, He sees the full picture. He sees the consequences of choices, the intentions of people, and the outcomes of paths we have not yet traveled. Because of this, protection sometimes comes in the form of delay, redirection, or even disappointment. That does not mean every setback is easy. Growth rarely feels comfortable. There will be moments of confusion, sadness, and frustration. A protected woman still experiences heartbreak and uncertainty. The difference is that she learns to trust that every closed door has a purpose, even when she cannot immediately understand it. Instead of allowing rejection to define her, she begins to see it differently. She understands that a no today may be guiding her toward a better yes tomorrow. She stops chasing things that are clearly leaving her life and starts focusing on the opportunities that remain. This shift in perspective allows her to move forward with faith rather than fear. Over time, she realizes that some of life's greatest blessings arrived only because other plans failed. The doors that closed were not barriers to her future, they were signs directing her toward it. What seemed like rejection was often God's way of protecting her from what was not meant for her and guiding her towards something far better than she could have imagined. One of the clearest signs that a woman is protected by God is not found in her appearance, her achievements, or even the challenges she overcomes. It is found in the way she carries herself through life. Her true strength comes from a combination of faith, inner peace, and healthy boundaries. These qualities allow her to remain kind without being taken advantage of, compassionate without losing herself, and strong without becoming hard-hearted. Many people misunderstand strength. They believe strength means never showing emotion, never asking for help, or always appearing confident. But real strength is much deeper than that. Real strength is the ability to remain calm when others create chaos. It is the ability to stay true to your values when pressure pushes you to compromise. It is the courage to walk away from situations that threaten your well-being, even when staying would be easier. A woman protected by God understands that peace is one of the most valuable things she possesses. She no longer feels the need to engage in every argument, prove herself to every critic, or win every battle. She learns that some conflicts are not worth her energy. Instead of allowing negativity to consume her, she chooses to focus on what brings growth, purpose, and fulfillment. This decision is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of wisdom. Faith plays a powerful role in this process. When challenges arise, she does not rely solely on her own understanding. She trusts that there is a greater purpose at work, even when circumstances seem uncertain. This faith gives her the ability to remain hopeful during difficult seasons. While others may be overwhelmed by fear or anxiety, she finds comfort in believing that she is not facing life's struggles alone. At the same time, a protected woman understands the importance of boundaries. She knows that being kind does not mean saying yes to everything. It does not mean allowing others to disrespect her, manipulate her, or take advantage of her generosity. Healthy boundaries are not walls designed to keep people out. They are guidelines that protect what is valuable. They help her preserve her peace, maintain her self-respect, and build healthier relationships. One of the most beautiful things about this kind of strength is that it does not require anger or bitterness. She does not have to become cold in order to protect herself. She can remain loving while still refusing to tolerate harmful behavior. She can forgive someone without giving them unlimited access to her life. She can show compassion while also recognizing when it is time to walk away. As she grows, she realizes that faith, peace, and boundaries work together. Faith gives her confidence, peace gives her stability, and boundaries give her protection. These qualities allow her to navigate life with grace and wisdom. They help her avoid unnecessary drama, recover from disappointments, and remain focused on her purpose. In the end, true strength is not about controlling others or proving how tough you are. It is about knowing who you are, trusting God, protecting your peace, and having the courage to choose what is healthy for your life. A woman who possesses these qualities carries a strength that cannot easily be shaken because it is built on a foundation far deeper than circumstances. It is built on faith, wisdom, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing her worth. One of the most remarkable ways God protects a woman is by revealing the truth about people before they are able to cause lasting damage. Not every person who enters a woman's life comes with honest intentions. Some individuals may appear supportive while secretly carrying jealousy, manipulation, or selfish motives. At first, these intentions can be difficult to recognize because harmful people often hide behind charm, kindness, or promises that sound convincing. Yet time has a way of exposing what appearances try to conceal. A woman protected by God may notice that certain situations begin to reveal themselves naturally. Small inconsistencies become impossible to ignore. Actions no longer match words. Promises are repeatedly broken. What once seemed genuine begins to show cracks. While others may overlook these warning signs, she gradually gains the clarity needed to see the truth. This awareness is not about being suspicious of everyone. It is about recognizing reality for what it is rather than what she hopes it will be. Many people remain in unhealthy relationships because they ignore the evidence in front of them. They focus on potential instead of patterns. They listen to excuses instead of observing behavior. A protected woman learns an important lesson. Character is revealed through consistent actions, not impressive words. This understanding helps her avoid becoming trapped in cycles of disappointment and emotional pain. Sometimes the truth is revealed through unexpected circumstances. A difficult season may expose who genuinely cares and who only remains present when things are easy. Success may reveal hidden jealousy in people who once appeared supportive. Challenges may uncover the true intentions of those who claim to have her best interests at heart. Although these discoveries can be painful, they are often blessings in disguise. It is better to know the truth than to live comfortably inside an illusion. One of the greatest dangers in life is not the presence of evil people, but the inability to recognize them. When truth is hidden, harmful individuals can influence decisions, damage confidence, and create unnecessary suffering. That is why clarity is such a powerful form of protection. The moment a woman sees people for who they truly are, she gains the ability to make wiser choices about who deserves access to her time, trust, and energy. This does not mean she becomes bitter or cynical. In fact, the opposite often happens. By learning to recognize deception, she becomes free to invest more deeply in relationships that are healthy, honest, and meaningful. She stops wasting energy trying to fix people who refuse to change and begins focusing on those who genuinely value and respect her. Over time, she realizes that God's protection is not always about removing every difficult person from her path. Sometimes it is about revealing their true nature before they can have a lasting influence on her life. The truth may arrive slowly, but when it does, it provides the wisdom, freedom, and confidence needed to move forward with peace and purpose.